Now, I know what you're thinking, unless you're listening to this on Spotify. Ross, how cool is that cover, that comic cover you've got today? And yes, you'd be correct, it is quite cool, isn't it? I'm quite a big fan of the 90s stuff, because that's when they started bringing about all these cool gimmicky covers, and they started bringing on these like glossy foil covers. So that's the Silver Surfer issue 50 it's got Thanos and the Surfer, but it's all silvery and it's all reflective and it's cool. This is actually a third printing. It's not the actual but it's just a really nice cover, and I thought that's a cool one. But I like the sort of the foily ones. Like this is this is another one. This is a Shadowhawk #1. This is an Image comic from the 90s, and that's the same. That's very, very foily, very reflective, shiny. Shiny is the word. And obviously they did a few of these, and they also did the Spider-Man 2099 #1. But this one's more red. It's got like a red sort of tint round the outside, like a border. And things like that. There you go, that's cool, isn't it? It's just a cool thing. So I like these stuff. You don't really get them now. I don't really see enough of them, but there should be more in my opinion. They're pretty cool. But enough chatting away about nonsense. But I talk about Marvel anyway. That's just to prove that I'm a legit guy. I'm a legit fan. I'm not the fan of just the films Marvel fan. No. I'm original stuff me. But yeah, there you go. So welcome back. And who on earth is texting me at this ungodly hour? Who on earth? Alright, it's Instagram. Right, seek. Welcome back to another fantastic show today. Where basically I'm just how yous doing? How yous doing? Are we catch up today? How are we doing? I think this is going to be more of a chill one. We'll see how it goes. I'm just explaining what's going on, how my day's going, because I've had quite a good few weeks actually. Had a wee and stuff like that. I'm about to start as a tour guide for a whiskey distillery. How much more Scottish can you get than that? Over the summer, I've been doing that. So right now I'm sort of in the early stages of becoming like a whiskey genius. And I've been given like 4 samples of different ones as homework to go away and taste and see if I can figure out the difference. And I thought about doing it for this podcast. I was going to do it like on the camera, because whiskey's always something I've struggled with. It's quite a tricky thing for me. It's just so strong for me. I've never, to be fair, I haven't tried that many, but the few I've tried, it was quite a task getting through them. But I like There was one I had that was a Canadian Fire brand, something that was like spicy. That was really nice. But yeah, I've been given 4 different types, and I was going to do it on the podcast, but I've got like an assessment tomorrow I'm stepping in for, some important thing. So I thought, it's probably not best to try 4 or even 1, sort of thing. If I've got a performance the next day or anything, I tend not to. So obviously today's Saturday, and I can't do it tomorrow. So to get your Monday madness, I have to do it now, and I can't do the live whiskey taste test. But maybe I'll do it for the next week's one. I'll record it early in the week and I'll do it then. That'll be funny. Or maybe I'll just make a Garnier video or something. That'll be cool. And you can see me struggle through that and cry my eyes out trying to... or maybe not. I've been told they're quite nice, this stuff. Obviously, I'm about to do all that. So that'll be exciting. But... don't worry, that doesn't mean anything. It's going to be a great wee summer thing. But obviously the podcast is going to continue as well. So I'm doing a lot of talking this summer, and I quite like talking. Some people think I talk too much, but never talk too much, and I'm getting hired to talk. So you say it's a curse, I say it's a gift, mate. I say it's the gift of Ross. That's what I say it is. But yes, welcome. I hope you've given us a good review on Spotify. I'd just like to... the Monday Madness is still a 5-star podcast on Spotify. There's a few local podcasts, that haven't even got a rating yet on Spotify. But me, I've got 5-star. That means I've got a few, and they all think I'm perfect. So thanks, guys. Thanks for the 5-star reviews. It was the Stephen Trice thing that did it. It was Ryan. That was the That was the nail in the coffin for everybody else. I'm just like, how can you compete with that? Not just getting someone, a comedy actor, but that I personally know the guy. How did you beat that? You can't, really. But that's why I've decided to go on my own now for the last few while. I think, I can't top that guess, can I? So just, nah. But yes, welcome. So yes, good ratings, please, thanks. If you're on the YouTube version, then you can give us a good rating on that as well, as in a like and a subscriber, please, thanks. And we're on Instagram. We've actually gone up a few followers on Instagram. We've actually done alright. I think I've climbed about 10 in the past 2 weeks. I think I'm doing something right there. I think the people are starting to realise that I'm pretty special and that this show really speaks to people, as you do as a podcast. But well. So, what have I been up to? Obviously, I'm becoming a tour guide, a whiskey expert. So I've been starting to, do a bit of research and, doing all this and that. And it's quite interesting. There's a lot to it. But obviously, what I do is I haven't even been given the script yet for it. But for the tour guide, I heard the word, we get a script we've got to learn. And learning scripts is like my thing. And learning them quick is my thing. So I'm gonna obviously I want to become in the good books with the folk at the whiskey distillery, and I think that if I can learn the script as quick as possible, I've got an advantage, to really, I've got my strengths in life and I've got my weaknesses, and in this job there is a way that I can, one of my big strengths in life is learning lines quickly. And I think that this is a chance. This is one of these few jobs where I can go in and utilise that. So I'm excited. I'm going to try. I'll show you how quickly, I'll update you how quickly I can do it. And then obviously that's just acting, learning scripts. The more you do it, it's like a thing. I'm not the quickest at learning lines in the acting community that I'm in. Far from it, but I like learning them as quick as I can. It's my wee game, so we'll see how it goes. I think this is exciting times, so maybe we'll see. I might have a big like £200 bottle, as like a reward one day, and I'll sit that here as if like that's me, still me, the legend, sponsoring the brand. You see, these are the ways, I've got to, I'm excited, I've got to do a good job here, and I've got to impress everybody up there, so, because I know, that's me. So, what else is happening the day? Nothing. That's the end of the show. Well, it's not. I've been watching, The Boys on Amazon. I've been watching The Boys. That is a fantastic programme, I must admit. I'm really enjoying it. The Boys episode 4 dropped. They're releasing weekly, so we're halfway. And my goodness, what a show that is, guys. If you haven't watched The Boys, it's really gory, and it's quite a dark humour and comedy in that, and it's quite dark, but it's a really good show, and you'll be gripped the entire time, and all the acting is phenomenal. Homelander especially, he's scary as can be, and he's not even doing anything, he's just walking around talking, but he's just you're just terrified of him. And then Carl Urban, obviously, is he's a good one as well. Obviously, he's a big star power. And you've got Meg Ryan's son as well. He's Jack Quaid. He's good. He's great in it. But yeah, it's a good show. I recommend you watch it. You'll enjoy it. Or maybe you won't. Maybe you'll hate it and you'll be like, Ross, why would you do that? I can't believe you just recommended me. Well, I told you it was gory at the start before I said it, so you can't you can't complain. I warned you, but did you listen? Nah, you didn't. Yeah. And what else have I been watching? Obi-Wan Kenobi is the yin. It's the yin to the boys yang, I think, is Kenobi. Kenobi is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Let's just say, it could have been so much better. Like, if I was a teacher, if I was a student, let's say I was still at school and I handed Obi-Wan Kenobi as an essay. It was an essay form, metaphorical. The reply would be, you did this at last minute, you did this last night, there's loads of spelling mistakes, you've missed out this entire paragraph, this entire part of the mark. You've barely scraped a D, Ross, with this one. You've got about 47%. And we know that you can get a freaking A. Okay, so what's happened? Why haven't you tried, Ross? And I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, it won't happen again. That is essentially what Kenobi is, in my mind. It's like, the people making it, you can tell, it's like, why is this so boring? And it's stupid, and there's plot holes everywhere. And it is episode 4. John Campea said, he's a YouTuber guy, he's quite good. He said that episode 4 of Kenobi is the worst piece of television ever put on Disney Plus out of Marvel and everything. And I went, do you know what? You might be right, son. There was just nothing in it. There was just nothing. It's just like, you've got Ewan McGregor, that's where all the money's gone. It's gone paying him. The rest of it's like, guys, how is it so? My epic gamer film has more creativity with transitions and stuff than Kenobi does. Kenobi's got nothing. It's got nothing artsy. It's just basic. 1, 2, there's a wide shot. Oh, a wee close up. Oh yeah, there's nothing. Compare the lightsaber fights in the Obi-Wan Kenobi to the first sword fight in The Witcher, the first season, episode 1. Go compare it to that, and you'll see what's potential in a TV show. And this is Disney as well, the biggest company ever. How much money do they have? All of the money they have. You could have done a Witcher level fight, or you could do a bland looking, it's a little fight like that. You can tell it's staged, and you can tell there's just no intensity in the scene, because you know they're going to be fine. You know Obi-Wan's going to survive it, because there's so much stupid things. The top secret base that he sneaks into, it's like a fortress. You can't get in, and there's no guards at all. It's and he gets in easy. It's no security. At that point, they're meant to go in and get Leia out. Leia as well. I'm saying, Leia's. I must admit, she was better in episode 3. Actually, I liked her better in episode 3. I think I warmed towards her. If you didn't know, I slated her about 2 episodes ago. I said she was rotten. And then Angry Joe, the guy in Angry Joe, was like, if any of you are blaming the little girl, you're a piece of shit. For her acting, it's the directing, it's not the little girl acting. Well, I plain to differ, son. I think it's a mix of both. I think even a bad director could get a good actor will be able to get round a bad director, would still be able to hand in a good enough performance. Look at Moon Knight. Look at Oscar Isaac there, and Ethan Hawke. Wasn't that much, but they didn't have much to work with, but their acting alone was phenomenal and got it through it. But I wouldn't say their directing was very good. You get what I'm saying, necessarily. And there was a scene, but Leia was back in episode 4, and there was this interrogation scene with her and Reva, and it was just and now everyone's starting to go, I can't, that scene was unwatchable, because it was just, they didn't have the acting experience required. It's not that she's a bad actress, the little girl. She's a very good actress for her age. It's just that the dialogue she is given is just, it's designed to be read. They haven't written for a child. They've written for a 20-year-old woman that's supposed to be really clever in this child's body. That's what they've tried to do. And I'm just not believing that she is that, really. I think that they've tried to make her too grown up and mature. They've tried to write her as if she's an older girl, where they haven't really thought about that she is little and she is small, and they've given her a lot, and it's just, it takes you out of it. You kind of know it's fake, it's not real. But I think she's a good actress, but I just think this material, they haven't really thought about, she's only 10, but she looks about 7. She's only tiny. And they've made her too big in this story because she's Leia. They've given her too much stuff to do, instead of kind of look at the soaps, look at EastEnders and that. Do you know how many times the kids of the actors speak? Never. They never get any lines. They just sit there and then walk away. Do you ever hear did you ever hear them speak? Barely. you had Simon from Coronation Street and that's it. And he was quite good, but now he's grown up and he's an adult, and look what's happened. He's bland and he's naff. Wait, look, you see? So being a child doesn't excuse you. You'll still grow up to be pants. Yeah, Leia is just, I think they're spending too much time on her. You're telling me Disney couldn't find better writers or better actors or anything to just make her, just work on her scenes and work around that she's young and she's, and still would be able to make something good. Do you know who would have been able to have done that? The Boys writers. They would have 100% been able to do that. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Bet you £100 they're watching Obi-Wan going, oh, we could have just done this. Someone's come up with an idea and gone, yeah, well, we'll do that for an episode. Nice. And aye, that's what I think. I think, it's a good... But that episode 4, that was naff. It was naff. Boring. Just, yeah. Miss Marvel, however. Miss Marvel is okay. I didn't not like it watching it. I appreciated that there was definitely more creative energy put into the filmmaking aspects and the editing over, there's more heart put into it than Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obviously the team working on Miss Marvel were a bit better than the Obi-Wan team. A bit better, much better. But still, it's not like the best show ever made. I don't think it's trying to be, but yeah, it was okay. I didn't not like it. There was nothing to hate about it, really. It was just, yeah, it did the job. It did its job, and I was pleasantly surprised by it. It's just kind of average, but it's still it did. It was good. The lead actress is good in it, although she took a dig at the Incredible Hulk film, the 2008 one, in an interview with BuzzFeed or somebody, and she took a wee dig at them. So, but other than that, she's great. She was like, "Oh, I don't count that." She was asked. I'm a big Marvel fan. Like, there was this impossible Marvel quiz. It was all the MCU questions, and I have to admit, I didn't know half that stuff that they were asking her, and she was coming out with it. But the last question was, "Can you name all the MCU films in a minute?" Now that's quite hard. I couldn't do that. I tried. It's like, in a minute, it's quite hard to think. If I learned them as a script, I could do it in 30 seconds, but off the cuff, I don't know. But she made the mistake of not going in chronological order. She went random, and she forgot The Incredible Hulk as one of the films, and she went, "Oh, I don't really count that one anyway." Like, it's a wee bit of shade. It's rubbish, guys, right? Okay, you didn't have to... All the Hulk fans greeting now that Miss Marvel's just going in, "No, I don't count that film as the MCU." She's like, "Yeah, it's canon, whatever." Well, yeah. Nah, that's a good film. Right, you just don't understand. If you're not a Hulk fan, you don't understand how good that film actually is. He actually says Hulk smash, and he's actually scary in it. Is the Hulk, and I like the Hulk design. It's like the late 60s design. I love that Hulk. I love the hair. Ed Norton, I thought it was great. And the fight at the end was absolutely spectacular. So, what is there not to like, guys? Can somebody enlighten me, please? Why did Miss Marvel take a shot at the Hulk in an interview? Do you know how obsessed I was with that film when I was little, before the Avengers came out? I loved it. You see, when he said Hulk smash for the first time, I remember sitting in cinema at that. I was like, I couldn't breathe. Like, I held my breath when he went Hulk, and then there was the break, and he goes smash. I literally held my breath. I was like, I was like, he said it. he said it. Because I didn't like the Ang Lee Hulk growing up. I thought it was too stupid, and I didn't like him growing to 15 foot tall when he got stronger. Some people say, yeah, I like the Hulk when he gets bigger. Not me. I like him staying the same size. 8 to 9 foot. I kind of like that. 8, even 7 foot. 7 foot in the comics. 7, 8 foot. That's good for me. And then, yeah. And then the 2008 Hulk came. It was just great. Abomination was in it. There was an actual fight at the end. Got to see the Hulk do the thunderclap and the Hulk smash. And the Ang Lee did nothing except jump about for half an hour. There's great scenes in that film, but there's a lot of boring stuff as well. So I like that film. Shush, Miss Marvel. Kamala Khan, you know nothing. Okay, how do you take a shot at the Hulk? And Shocking, Miss Marvel. Kamala Khan. You just... That film's older than your character, mate. So you just watch yourself. You understand? You're making fun of my guy like that. Can't believe it. I know it's not perfect. We all know that. But it's still... The Hulk scenes are great. devastated times. Yeah, aye, that ruined my day. But hey-ho, Miss Marvel said she doesn't like the 2008 Hulk film, and Kevin Feige, all the Marvel marketing team allowed that in. That's the real crime, that. It means you're all taking note at it. How shocking that. Taking Hulk. How dare you? Do you know how good that scene is at the start? He's in the fact that... Never mind. never you mind. Aye. Oh well, what else is on? Stranger Things. I spoke about Stranger Things already. Oh well. Yeah, cool stuff. But yeah, oh well. I wish I did take that whiskey now. I'm raging. I tried to make some chips earlier today, and do you know what happened? The oven doesn't bloody work, does it? Nah. Has anyone else had that? I was raging at that. I'm trying to work that oven today, and freaking just blows out cold air, and I'm like, hold on, why is there no hot air coming out the oven? It's a fan oven. Why is there only cold air? Why is it not cooking my dinner? And it just wasn't doing it, so I had to have some soup instead of my meal I was planning. I was going to have broccoli and everything, but nah. Freaking oven is like, nah, Ross, you're not having your chips today, son. You're going to have some soup instead. And I'm like, well, that's not very nice, is it? No. So that's what happened. I did some soup instead of my chips. Half an hour I was like, what's going on? So the oven's broken. And Miss Marvel said the 2008 Hulk wasn't very good. And all the interview crew laughed. And I'm like, that's not fair. Just because you missed it, you don't have to take a shot at it. It's better than your shitty show. I'm joking. Calm down, guys. Calm down. Better than the Eternals and Captain Marvel and Shang-Chi. It's better than them all combined. How dare yous take a shot at the Hulk and allow that in? It's one of my favourite films. Come on. He actually gets stronger in that one. Like, what? Tim Roth, at least you're coming back for She-Hulk. That's the next show. You take a shot at it. Ed Norton's watching that greeting. Same. With the whole community. The amount of people that are just listening to this and just going, what? And then finding out that Miss Marvel said this, she doesn't like the 2008 Hulk, and now the day's ruined. Devastating, and my oven's not working. And what else? What else is going wrong? Nothing. I was playing Skyrim earlier, and that was good. And I've got an assessment tomorrow that I'm not even getting marked for, and I'm going all the way in for it. And it's singing as well. And it's quite a hard song. I've got it, but it's quite tricky. It's from Dear Evan Hansen. It's a duet. We've got to think about harmonies and everything. Do you know how difficult that is? Have you ever tried to sing a song? Remember you're in school, choir, and you see like the kid next to you's got to sing a different note than you. Well, that's what it's like, except in that situation you can hide. And me, I make a wrong note. Everyone's going to know. And I get embarrassed. So I can't let that happen tomorrow. But hey ho, that's what we'll do. But yeah. Oh well. Yeah, my tour guide stuff. That's cool, isn't it? I'm going to invest in so much stuff, I tell you. The amount of comics I'm going to buy with that. Oh, it's going to be good. There's a big Comic-Con on in Perth. There's a Comic-Con on in Perth on the 6th, the day before my birthday. So, essentially, I'm going down there and I'm going to ransack. Because, listen, the big Comic-Cons, okay, they're good. But I've found that the big comics, the secret ones, are hidden in the smaller ones, where there's less people. And sometimes that's where, in my mind, if you go into the small comic shops, like I found a year ago in Berwick, a geek hut shop, the Geek Hut in Berwick. I found the first solo comic of Black Knight, who's Kit Harington in the Eternals film, and this was before the film came out. and it was for £15. And right now, that comic is worth about £100. And it's from like 1968 or something. It's like proper old, and it's a big thick boy. So it is. I found a few things, but that was a big find. Yeah, and that was just in a smaller shop. There wasn't necessarily a comic shop. There was just comics in it, and that was hidden away. So that was a good find. So I like going into the smaller ones where you don't quite expect. The bigger ones, there's less stuff in it. Like Forbidden Planet, all the stuff's going to be gone in it. The Comic-Con in Aberdeen, all the big comics were just gone. There's a first issue of The Boys, actually, in a local shop. There's a first issue of The Boys in the wall for £80. £80, which is really good. And I might just, depending on how much the inflation rises because of all the politics in the world, and all the big billionaires going, I see your petrol, boys, it's gone up, son. I think if I'm still good, I might get that for my birthday, that comic. The first Boys issue, a legit first issue of The Boys, for £80. That's a lot for a comic. That is a lot of money. But for that comic, that's quite a good price for The Boys #1. Because I like The Boys on Amazon. I think if I have the first issue, I have the 5th issue. And that's the only one I've got, but I don't have the first. I love the first issue of The Boys, because I just love that show. It's so much better than everything else being made. Like, it is. It's so annoying. Miss Marvel looking at it going, why aren't we this good? Well, you could be, couldn't you? There's nothing stopping you, Disney. You're just not trying hard enough. You're doing too much, too fast. If you just take a bit more time, and don't rush it and make 50 projects in the same month, then maybe you can get something pretty special like The Boys. But at this point, no, you haven't done it, and you don't deserve it, frankly. You only deserve to have things that are quite good. That's your level. Your level of quite good. That's the level that your shows get to. Quite good. And your film's quite good. Spider-Man doesn't count. Spider-Man wasn't new. That was Sony. It doesn't count. That's a different team. It's not used. Yeah, aye, there we go. So, aye, how's your... You can't answer me, it's a podcast, innit? Aye, oh well. Listen, have you seen Justin Bieber's face is paralysed? That's a shame. Hope he gets well soon. Gets well soon. And this week, actually, I guess I'll say it, I've got a wedding. Yeah, got a wedding this week with a family. My cousin Laura's getting married. Getting married, aye, and I've got to go to that. And bear in mind, I haven't seen half these people in that since I was a wee lad, since I was like a teenager, like 14, 15, some of these people in this place. So I'm excited to see, kind of like, back in the day, I'm just excited to see how my opinion stands on everyone. And now that I'm not as awkward now, I'm big, I'm grown up now, and they're going to see the fully developed big scary Ross with the podcast now. He's got his life sorted on the agency and that, you know what I mean? So half of them haven't seen me since I was a little kiddie, but now I'm a big guy, and I'm excited to go in and show them all how many shots I can do before I'm even filming it. Listen, I know what you're saying, Ross. How's that? You're a lightweight, Ross. You're lightweight #1. No, not anymore, actually. I think you'll find I'm king of the shots now. That's my name, king of shots. People don't buy it. People don't believe it. Then they take me out on a night out with the mission to try get me drunk as fast as possible. And they can't do it. Physically impossible. I'm like the Hulk. Like, you try and stop me, but you can't. Nothing can. Okay? If I prepare right, I know how to prepare to not get drunk. Okay? And it's a little secret spell called banana. Okay? That's the magic phrase. Okay? Telling you, you don't believe me, Google that, please. Have that before a night out, you're unstoppable. Okay? Trust me. Yeah, but if I have it and a mix of other things, that's just one of the things. But if you prepare correctly for the alcohol, if you prepare your body, for me, I'm a master of, I'm not necessarily, maybe without it I'm pretty normal, but I know how to prep myself for it, and that counts for something. So if I know someone's gonna take me on in a shot battle, and I'm actually in the mood to, like, do you know what? I might just humble these people today. So if it's a big wedding and everyone doesn't buy that I'm the king of shots and I have to sit there in front of everyone and do it, someone's going to challenge me. Someone that thinks, because oh yeah, it's just Ross, what's he going to do? And then it happens. And then it's too late and you're finished. And then I'm the king. So happy weddings, Laura. Enjoy it. So, but yes, if you dare challenge me, challenge me to a shot battle. This is a guy that said he was too scared to do whiskey at the start of the podcast. But if you want the smoke, someone will challenge me. Someone will do it. And I'm going to have about 5 kilograms of potassium in my system. Do you know why? Because listen here. Here's the science behind you. Guys, listen to this. Are you a lightweight? Listen, I was once as well. Maybe I technically still am. Are you a lightweight? Do you want a way to get out of that situation? Do you want a way to recover and become the king of your community? Well, listen here. This is what you do. So, alcohol messes with your potassium levels, son, right? Right? So that's why you go all funny. That's one of the reasons. But you go all like, your body's like, what's going on with my potassium here? It's all gone to pot. But listen, and it messes with your electrolytes or whatever in your brain, and it messes with that. So all these things, bananas, guys, right? They are a positive thing for these things, right? So it is the yin to alcohol's yang. So if you have, say, like this, for example, right? This will make you blow your mind. I went on a night out in September, and the mission was to get me steaming. This was from my agent, was to get me steaming. My pals had to get me steaming. It was like a pally night out. And before prees, listen, kids, if you're listening, don't do this. Don't drink it. You're too young. Adults, right? If you want to stop feeling ill, I had 2 bananas before prees. And also that day, it was a fitness class, so I had a ton of vitamins and everything that day to try and survive this fitness class because I was really scared of it. And then we went to this night out after, and I had 2 bananas before prees. I had 7 shots, right? And there was like some crazy stuff in those 7. And everyone else had about 3. I had 7, and they were all bought for me. I didn't ask for this. They tried to. I thought they were being nice, and then I kind of realized something was up. Like, oh, they're trying to stop me here, and that's when. And I tried to tell them before, guys, yous don't know what you're up against here. Do yous know who I am? I'm the king of shots. You can't. This isn't going to work. You're trying to get me drunk with shots. No, I have a really good tolerance for shots when I want to have. And this was one of those days where actually I discovered that I was juiced up. Usually I'm resistant against shots anyway. 7 shots would make me feel pretty rough, but I'd be fine, I'd firm it. But I did 7 in about half an hour. Everyone else did about 3, and I could see everyone else at that table going, and I could see them starting to struggle. This is with the drinks that they'd have as well, so they're wee cocktails and that, the wee fancy stuff that's like this much. And then it costs like £6. Listen here. See when you're the king of shots like me, right? See that. You then realise when you're aware of what's going on at a night out, you realise the disgusting crimes that go on behind the bar at these places, how expensive these little drinks are. It's actually disgusting when you're actually sober and you see it. You see them taking advantage of my friends in front of me. Like, that doesn't need to be £6, sir. That could be 3, and that's still too much. You're getting what? Like 10 millilitres of that. That's all you're getting. £50, please, sir. Thanks. And they think they're, and you're all, ooh, parties. You don't even care. So you don't notice. Well, the bananas showed me the way. They gave me the wisdom that I needed. And I discovered, this is shocking. I can't believe this. A drumstick cocktail at Jam Jar for 7-8 quid. Are you off your tits, son? What? It's literally that. It's a bit of juice with a drumstick stuck in it. £7. 8 quid. Are you joking me? Are you serious? Nah. Not on my watch. A banana's 25p from Sainsbury's, and that's an expensive one, so I was literally cured at that time. But back to my story, I did seven shots. They did 3, and they were all going, and I was totally fine. And I was sitting there going, why am I fine? I wasn't even slightly tipsy. I was fine. I was totally, completely sober. And I'm like, what's going on here? And then I went home and realised that bananas are a superpower and they stopped me getting steaming. And that's what happened. So, if you want to stop that happening, if you're scared, if you don't necessarily like getting drunk, and you need a defence mechanism, that's the one. Now, that was 2 for me, and I found 7 shots, and there was Sambuca and everything in that, okay? I believe me. Nah, that's a lie. No, there was a vodka one. There was a vodka one in there. And tequila rosé, all that stuff. You know, not everything was super heavy, but a couple of them were. But because it's a shot, it's supposed to be heavy. It's enough to. But I did 7 at like the same time, so they all should have hit me very quickly, but it didn't because I'm Big Sexy Ross, and that can't work against me. So essentially, so yeah, you heard that right? What? Are you judging me? So what? The guy that has this comic, that likes his comic books, big geeky Ross. What does he do? And then you're all the footballers and all that, and like, we go on nights out all the time, you're nothing. Well, I could smash you at shots, take your stereotypes out of here. I might be a geek, but I can take you the fuck out easy any day of the week, mate. Shot battle. If I know you're going to challenge me to a shot battle, and I've got days to prepare, you're not coming up against a normal human being. You're coming up against a potassium-fueled rage beast that's literally chemically, like periodic table-y, enhanced to, you're up against it. Genetically, not genetically, scientifically, you've lost already. You've got no chance. I'm just built different at this point, and I've got a fast metabolism anyway, so good luck with that. So, wedding, you're all gonna see it. You're all gonna see it. They're gonna make a TikTok of me, and they're gonna say he's not the king of shots, and by the end of it, the cameraman will be asleep. Everyone will be asleep, dead, and I'll be sitting there singing along to YMCA like nothing's happened. So, see yous later, guys. Have a nice time in it. I'll see yous. Bye. Yeah. Good luck, Laura. Enjoy your wedding. Bye.